Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Last class we have studied two things. One is how to find unit vector and how to take vector components, where the two components must be taken along two perpendicular directions. Like just example, if there is a vector, this can be divided into two components. This is, let's say, suppose the vector is A and this angle is theta. This component is A cos theta and this component is A sin theta, such that both components must be perpendicular to each other, and one is cos component, another one is sin component, where A is the magnitude of vector, and if you want cos component, you will get along the direction with which vector makes some angle, and in the other direction or in the perpendicular direction you will get sine component. This is what we have studied. But now the question is, how can we add two vectors? So the method of adding two vectors, nothing but addition of vector or vector addition. See, if there are two vectors, let's take one is A bar A1 I cap plus B1 J cap plus C1 K cap, and another vector B bar A2 I cap plus B2 J cap plus C2 K cap. If two vectors they have given in the vector form, maybe two forces, two velocities, two acceleration, two linear momenta, any vector. If two vectors are given in the vector form, like in terms of I, J, K, maybe three-dimensional vector or two-dimensional vector, anything. When the two vectors given in the vector form, addition is simple, that is A bar plus B bar equal to some other vector, that is C bar. This is the vector addition, or you can say like resultant vector of A bar and B bar. Resultant of two vectors is nothing but addition of two vectors. Addition of two vectors, it gives third vector, that is resultant vector, that is nothing but resultant of two vectors, or simply addition of two vectors. But this is very simple if they give in the vector form, like C bar will become now A bar plus B bar, where A bar plus B bar you have to take like this, that is write A bar, then write B bar, then addition of vector when they give in the vector form is simple, just by add I term with I term, J term with J term, K term with K term, then A1 plus A2 I cap plus B1 plus B2 J cap plus C1 plus C2 K cap. Like this is I term, this is J term, this is K term. So this is called resultant of A bar and B bar, or addition of A bar and B bar. But the problem comes, suppose they have given only magnitude of A bar is A, magnitude of B bar is B, and A bar plus B bar is C bar, then they are asking what is the magnitude of C bar. Then you cannot use this method. There is no I term, J term, K term. They have given directly magnitude. Then you cannot say addition of these two vectors equal to A plus B. The addition of two vectors always lies within this range. So C bar is magnitude of A bar. C bar magnitude is nothing but magnitude of A bar plus B bar. Resultant of A bar plus B bar. Then C bar magnitude, let's say C. Then the magnitude of C always less than or equal to A plus B and greater or equal to A minus B. For example, A one vector whose magnitude is 5, B another vector whose magnitude is 10. Then these two vectors act on a particle or act at a point, then the resultant C lies between 5 to 50, because A minus B or B minus A, 10 minus 5, 5, 10 plus 5, 50. So the magnitude of A plus B or C is nothing but, or it can be any value between 5 and 15. It can be 5, it can be 15, or it can be anything between 5 and 15. That is what the difference. When they give in the vector form, it is simple. But when they give in the magnitude, then it can lie between somewhere. Then how to find exactly how much? When it is A minus B, when it is A plus B, when it is in between. On what factor it depends? The C bar magnitude, the magnitude of C bar depends on magnitude of A, magnitude of B and theta, where theta is angle between A bar and B bar. Angle between A bar and B bar. I mean direction of A bar and direction of B bar, or between the vector A bar and B bar. Then the resultant nothing but R square, or you can write C square, because here resultant we are taking as C. So R square or C square, anything, R or C, representation can be anything. The value is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So the magnitude of resultant of A and B, or addition of A and B, nothing but A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. But how do you can ask me like, how do you got this formula? How you have included angle here? That is what we need to understand here, and also we need to understand how to find the direction of C bar. How to derive this formula and how to find the direction of C bar or R bar, resultant of A bar and B bar. That is also vector. That also must have some direction. Then what is the direction of that resultant vector? How to find that? For that we have one law, that is triangular law of vector addition. Triangular law of vector addition. What is the law? Triangular law of vector addition. So what is triangular law of vector addition? So first, before understanding that, you take any two vectors. You take any two vectors. Always there must be some angle between them. Suppose this is A bar. and this is B bar. So how to find the angle? How to find the angle between two vectors? See, this is initial point, this is final point. This is initial point, this is final point. To find the angle, you draw both vectors in such a way that they must start from same point. So the meaning what I said is, draw the two vectors or redraw the two vectors in such a way that without changing their direction, keep the initial point same. Suppose A bar. This is A bar. Now this is initial point, this is final point. Keep the magnitude same, direction same. You can draw the vector anywhere on the board, anywhere on your paper, anywhere. But you should not change the magnitude and direction. So keep the magnitude and direction same. Similar way, draw this B bar also here, such that starting points of A bar and B bar must be same. Then this is B bar. Then this is called angle between A bar and B bar. Not only this way, you can also draw in this way. Same B bar you can draw here also. Not from the starting point, you can draw B bar from the ending point of A bar. But the care what should be taken is, the direction you have to keep same. This way. Direction must be same and magnitude must be same. Then you can draw one vector anywhere in the same plane. Now, if you extend this, this is A bar direction, this is B bar direction, this is angle between them. So, this is the way you can find the angle between two vectors. What is the method? First draw one vector. Then draw the second vector in such a way that it should start from either initial point or from final point, not somewhere. It is better to draw here or here. Then the angle between those two directions is nothing but angle between two vectors. Then from here, what is triangular law of vector addition says, you know? Take this one. First to draw one vector, A bar. Now I am drawing A bar here. I am not changing the direction, I am not changing the magnitude. Then draw B bar such that it should start from the final point of A bar. That means draw A bar and B bar such that final point of first vector A bar, initial point of second vector B bar must coincide. Not here. Here also you draw. This is A bar, this is B bar, like that. Draw the two vectors such that final point of first vector, initial point of second vector must be coincided. Like here I explained. Then this is like the direction of A bar, this is like direction of B bar, and this is angle between A bar and B bar. Then if you join these two, what is these two? If you join initial point of first vector and final point of second vector, then this is the resultant of C bar or R bar, which is nothing but A bar plus B bar. A bar plus B bar. I will give you one example, then you will get it. Suppose one simple example I will give you. Let's take A bar is 2 I cap B bar is 2j cap. Then you have to find C bar, that is A bar plus B bar direction. Like same way. There are two vectors given and you have to find the direction of the resultant, nothing but their addition. Resultant vector of their addition. What I said, first to draw first vector, that is 2I cap. Our general representation, this is x, this is y, this is I cap, this is j cap, and this one outward k cap. Same way, first A bar. What is A bar? 2I cap. I cap means which direction? X direction. Let's take here. So this is our x direction. This is our y direction. Now, first I am drawing A bar. This is A bar. How much? 2I cap. First draw A bar. Then B bar. How to draw B bar? B bar should start from end point of the or final point of the first vector. That means it should start from here. If it starts here, its direction is along j cap, that is along y direction, upward. Don't say that here. You can draw anywhere. Here. Magnitude should be 2. But direction must be along y direction. Either along y or parallel to y. So that this is B bar. Same like this. First A bar, then draw B bar. Such that final point of A bar, initial point of B bar coincided here. Then what I said? Join the initial point of A bar and final point of the B bar. This is. What is this? C bar. That is nothing but A bar plus B bar. Nothing but 2I cap plus 2j cap. Plus I plus j. We have already studied. Ij means xy plane. And plus I plus j means first region. The vector is in first region. True. So this way, if you have the two vectors, then you can find the direction of the resultant using this principle, where when you draw two vectors and their resultant, you are finding a shape, nothing but triangle. You are finding the addition of vectors using triangle shape. That's why it is called triangular law of vector addition. And here the resultant magnitude, as I have given, r square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. R square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. This derivation we will do it, don't worry. That we will do it based on the parallelogram law of vector addition, that is second law. But that derivation we will do it in the coming class. But let us try to understand, as I mentioned earlier, the resultant vector, that is r bar, which is nothing but a bar plus b bar, always lies between a minus b and a plus b. Why or how? We need to understand. Let's try to understand that. So, if you try to understand that, see, any two vectors you consider, they may be parallel, then theta 0. They may be anti-parallel, theta 180 degrees. They may be perpendicular, the angle is 90 degrees. See, both vectors may be along the same line, then theta 0. Both vectors may be parallel, then theta 0. Both vectors may be opposite to each other, that is theta 180. These are parallel, these are anti-parallel. These are perpendicular. So this is parallel. This is anti-parallel. This is perpendicular. So here theta 0, theta 180. So the least angle possible is 0 and the maximum angle possible is 180. So the angle between any two vectors must lie between 0 and 180. But suppose two vectors are in the same direction where theta 0, that is one is A, one is B, then what is the resultant? R square equal to, formula I have given, take the formula. Right now don't bother about derivation, we will do it in the next class itself. But right now take the formula whatever I have given. What is that? R square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, where theta is how much? 0. Cos 0 is how much? 1. So it will become A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 0 1. Now if you look at it, it is like A plus B whole square formula. So R square is A plus B whole square. Then what is R will become? A plus B. Square square get cancelled both sides. Then what is the resultant? A plus B. When theta is 0 degrees, then the resultant of two vectors magnitude is A plus B. There is a difference between A bar plus B bar and A plus B. This is addition of magnitudes only, but this is addition of vectors. Please find the difference. So we are talking about magnitude of resultant vector. How much it is? A plus B. Now you take this one. One vector and another vector, both are in opposite. Then angle is 180. Then the resultant R square is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180. Now please don't ask me how to find cos 180. We have studied trigonometry. We understood, we solved questions. How to find cos, sin, tan, anything for angle greater than 90. You will write like 90 plus 90. Then cos 90 plus 90 will become minus sin 90. So minus 1. So that it will become A square plus B square. This is minus 1. Minus of plus minus. Minus 2AB. Now it is looking like A minus B whole square. Now the resultant will become A minus B. When the angle between two vectors is minimum, their resultant is maximum. When angle between two vectors is maximum, then resultant is A minus B. Suppose there are two forces, 10 Newton, 10 Newton, acting on your body like this. So you are stretching your hands both. One is pulling this side, another is pulling this side. So both sides, two people are pulling you. With two equal forces, 10 Newton this side, 10 Newton this side. Then what happens to you? You remain there only. You won't move any side, left side or right side. Why? Because this 10 Newton, both get cancel each other. Why? Because two forces acting at 180. Then theta 180 means resultant is A minus B. So 10 minus 10 how much? 0. In the same case, suppose this side 20, this side 10 Newton. Then you will move towards 20. Because the resultant is towards greater, that is 20 minus 10. How much? 10 Newton. Or else, instead of pulling 10 Newton this side, 10 Newton this side, suppose one is pulling this side, one is pushing from this side. Please understand. This side pulling 10 Newton, but from this side pushing 10 Newton. Now both 10 Newton is towards same direction, this way. One is pulling, one is pushing, both are same. Like one is pulling and another one is pushing. Now both are in same direction means what is the resultant? A plus B. Then the resultant force is A plus B, 10 plus 10, 20. That's why you will move easily. So that's why vector, see in both the situation, how many forces are acting? 2. How much? 10, 10. But in one situation you are at rest, in another situation you are moving because vector resultant is different. So when 10 Newton, two forces are acting on a body, then resultant is not always 10 plus 10. The resultant may be 10 minus 10. The resultant may be 10 plus 10. The resultant may be anything between 0 and 20 also. See, here we have seen only 0 and 180. Other than 0 and 180, you take 30, 45, 60, 120. Then the resultant lies between A minus B and A plus B. That's why the resultant of two vectors always depends upon angle between the two vectors. Now let's take the last one, that is theta 90 degrees. So theta 90 means r square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 90, how much? 0. Cos 90 is 0. So this term will become 0. So a square plus b square implies r is under root a square plus b square. So theta 0, theta 180, theta 90. If theta is not one of these values, then substitute in the generalized formula like a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta formula. So to find the magnitude of resultant of two vectors, what is the formula? R square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, where theta is angle between a bar and b bar, and for theta 0 degrees resultant is a plus b, for theta 180 degrees resultant is a minus b, and for theta 90 degrees resultant is under root a square plus b square. Now today your assignment is, first after completion of this, what you need to submit me is take a paper and find the situation that if a equal to b, let's say some x, both vectors having same magnitude a and b, and how much? X. Then find the magnitude of their resultant. If, first question, theta 0 degrees, theta 30 degrees, see, theta 60 degrees, theta 90 degrees, theta 120 degrees, theta 150 degrees, and theta 180 degrees. So here I am specifying, here a is not equal to b, but now the question is, if a equal to b, both vectors having same magnitude like 10 10, 20 20, 5 5, anything, then find the magnitude of resultant if in all these cases for different angles. Why I am asking this one? Because most of the times the questions will be asked, or in physics questions or applications will come with this condition, like two forces acting on a particle, same magnitude, it's some angle 0 or 180 or 90 something or 60 degrees. So these kind of questions usually comes in physics chapters. That's why I am telling you to solve this one. After completion of this, only you will get your assignment. So that is what the resultant of addition of the resultant of or addition of vectors, where the magnitude we have taken with this formula. But still, what we have to do, we need to derive this formula, which we will do it using the another theorem, that is parallelogram law of vector addition. You can understand something like here vector addition is doing. After that we found one triangle where A bar and B bar and A bar plus B bar has three sides of triangle. It was looking like this. A bar, B bar, this is A bar plus B bar. So the three vectors forming a triangle, that's why we call it triangular law of vector addition. So here parallelogram law, then you can say that there must be one parallelogram. Yes, but here two adjacent sides are A bar and B bar. Then the diagonal between them will become A bar plus B bar. So from this we will understand and we will derive this formula. That we will do it in the coming class. Right? So today mainly what we have studied, how to find the direction of R bar, which is nothing but A bar plus B bar using triangular law of vector addition. And what is the formula we have taken for finding the magnitude of resultant of A bar and B bar? R square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Right? So please practice and solve this, then attempt the assignment properly. Thank you.